Hello everybody, it's me again, and I'm gonna try and do this wearing my AirPods. What I do know is they fall out of my ear when I'm upside down. And in yoga, 50% or more is upside down, so bear with me if I lose audio for a second. I'll be right back, right after these messages. Welcome, happy Monday, happy 1st of March if this is your first. Or whatever first of something this might be. So hopefully this March is bringing you greetings, and as it should, because the notes that we are taking from the welcoming into, as the forecast tells us, is creative momentum. And in so many ways, I separate the year in pieces, 3, 6, 9, 12. So 4 pieces. That's my math. So we're entering into, and we're almost, so we're going towards this. And so we've been in the spacious realm of our year trajectory. So if you've wiped your slate clean and you've made yourself anew, or if you're still renewing that sense of feeling, what's my container look like this year? Right? Is it the shape of an ox? Right? Is it a bucket? Is it a vast hot air balloon? Right? So I like to kind of make an image, right? And I use that kind of as my yantra or my totem to kind of progress through the year. So considering, what suitcase or container I would use in order to put my most valuable treasures in, that will be discovered, will be created by you, manifested, or poof, smoke, pow, or they've been there, and then all of a sudden the shine just came on, right? So this is kind of, we're creating sort of the safest containers in order to carry these gems that are unfolding through energy. So creative momentum for me, how this lands, and this landed right in time. So I read the forecast in the Mayan calendar yesterday, and yesterday was the day to allow yourself to hold what it is that you've been kind of conjuring up. Right, so to me, I work as an occupational therapist, and I've had this kind of idea of like what could be the essence if we could bite into a true kind of area of recovery and remedy, or a target that would really be the influence, right? So I've kind of created this little, as you will, like a snowball, because I'm in New York and we roll up snowballs sometimes, a lot lately. They start out in this just kind of speck, and you're like, I don't know if this is going to do anything. But somehow, if you just keep letting the work go and rolling, right, it gets bigger and more, and you just keep pushing and pushing until all of a sudden you're just like, how did we get here, right? How did I have this? So make your container big enough, right? So be spacious as you need in order to really be a part of this thing that you know that is there, it's ready for you, right? So we're gonna work in the realm of like creative expansion, but just kind of let momentum be with you, right? And it's evening for me right now, so my momentum is sort of like, am I recovering, or am I kind of hitting my second wind? It might be my third. Right, so close your eyes with me for a moment. And I appreciate if you do close your eyes. I know that a lot of people are seers, and you like to notice, but see from the inside. So consider that your eye is still open. Your third eye is in the space that has been suggested that you attend to, which is this space, right? Is it the container, just the shape of your body? Is it larger than that, or do you use symbols more kind of physically in the material world? Do you see it as a trunk, right? A moving van. Perhaps your creative momentum is drawing you into something that is cognitive, right? And that also still looks like a physical form of something really just wonderful, but this valuableness of it is still your own property, right? So it can't be taken or lost. All right, we're gonna move into our creative flow so that we know that our body is here with us. with the way our mind is shaping this. And creatively they are one, so you're not lost if one gets more fatigued first or the other, and maybe some days we need to take a break and have a little time off from all this work. Right? Let the work be playful. Let your hands come together at your heart. And you take a gentle bow, knowing that your heart is there and it's with you. Release your hands and open your eyes. I adjusted my room so that I won't be disturbing the fact that there is another big Zoom meeting conference going on in the room next to me. So being respectful, so I hope that my voice is still conveyed and heard. When you get to your mat, just come to a plank pose. Right, so I'm stepping into it. I think last week we started up the tuning in of Plank-a-Palooza. So we're going to be planky, but in the same way we're going to be powerful yet flowing and creative. So I would call this just a typical Mikey flow with some extra strength if you want it, right? So it's always just kind of there if your heart is longing for it, and you can always leave it behind if you're thinking maybe some other day. Lift your right leg off the floor, right foot, right heel up, and bend the knee, right? My knee is still lifting. It's lifting towards my heel even. And then from the heel, pull the knee forward towards your face. Right, I'm going to place knee to the floor. And I'm gently just going to lean forward, a little tip like I'm doing Chaturanga in the arms. And this keeps it mostly sort of heavy onto the knee and shin and foot, and light through the shoulders, across the collarbones, and maybe a little lift through that left leg. Okay, left foot touch the floor, go back to three-legged dog. It's going to be a nice stretch out. So this half hour, I intend to make sure we get all the target areas, all the juicy spots, right? So just by simply holding a three-legged dog and not having to be too big and fancy and wild. Of course, we do want to open our hips, but we're not quite there yet. We're just doing this to kind of support ourselves isometrically and strong. Bend the knee again, right? Knee up to heel, up to sky. Bring shoulders over the wrists. Okay, so you got that plank feel again, and then tuck again. Right knee towards face, face to knee, so you get the C curve in your spine. And as your knee lands, you regulate the neck and vertebrae. Lean again, bend the elbows, keep the chest open, left leg up. And then you're gonna pull left knee forward to meet the right knee, and then come up to reach. Okay, here's our little fancy way of doing a different version of a vinyasa. So touch your hands to the floor, I'm on fingertips, you could be otherwise. Right, I'm gonna push into the floor, and I'm gonna hop up wide feet. Right, so you hop up into a wide straddle. It's a straddle chair, no big deal. Been feeling some twists, so left elbow to left knee and right arm up to the sky. That's a nice twist to open the heart, right? If you've been feeling rather congested with anything that's going on around you, right? Take a time to yourself to just stretch the shoulders, if that's sort of the landmark that you think of, which we often sort of still associate to heart and opening, right? And you'll notice that the side effects are awesome. They're magnificent. They're worth it. Now you're in a forward bow. Legs are straight, feet are still wide. On your inhale, take a nice flat back, halfway up. Your exhale, you'll bend the knees, you'll still get those little sort of straddle froggy legs, and then you're gonna push into the floor to hop back to plank. This is gonna go to Chaturanga, first real one. Chaturanga to the floor. It's the first two. We're gonna take your hands a little bit wider and curl it up. We're gonna call this like a little adolescent rolling Chaturanga. So rolling maybe might mean your adolescent got into your medicine cabinet and found your ecstasy or your Molly. Oh, did I have that? I thought it was missing. And they're just having a really good time, and you're just making sure that they're drinking water. Why am I saying this? Why did I come up with that? Tuck your toes, rolling. Just kind of got me there. All right, so you're in down dog. Inhale to plank pose. First lift a straight left leg, right? Heel up. Then knee bends, knee to heel, up to the sky. So you get a little bit of a feeling that just kind of went more deeply into your glutes and your hamstrings. And then tuck your knee in towards the face, face to knee, chin to chest. Knee touch down towards the wrists, and then you tip forward. This is kind of nice because you get that feeling of sort of what muscles are truly getting you into this position if you're working towards getting into Kundalini, that flying position or that crow. Right foot touch. This is just going to a sort of a stiller version of a three-legged dog, so not so wavy, not so wiggly, but potent and powerful. Bend that left knee first, then slide the shoulders forward. Right, you might even lift the chin, so you tend to feel that this is more of like a scorpion plank, right? So pretty strong in that back body. Knee tuck, pretty strong in the front body. And then left knee touch, right? As you tip forward, same idea. Right leg up. And then as you straighten the arms, you gently bring the knee down. And the arms go up to the sky. So you pull your belly in. You feel that energy kind of draw in and reach out and up through your eyes, your fingers, and your hands to touch. Again, hop to that wide little froggy stretch, right? Froggy chair pose. Left elbow, left knee, and right arm up to the sky. You're gonna actually reach over the head and to your left. Eyes up. And we're gonna do a little kind of a dip down. Reach your right hand towards your left big toe. Tuck your chin towards your left shoulder. Inhale, peel it back open. Right, exhale again, same thing. Reach towards your left big toe, chin tucked towards left shoulder. Right hip tucks back. And then peel it open again. This one's gonna bring you all the way through middle. Right elbow, right knee. Left arm up and over the ear. Okay, so if you push down your elbow, notice how if you don't, that right shoulder, your shoulder in general would pop forward, and you can see it's like lined up with my chin. It should be back by your ear. See the difference, right? Full chest here, limited chest here. Right? Same twist, different version, right? Different sort of focus, right? Bring your left hand down towards right big toe, right chin tucking towards right elbow, right wrist, shoulder, and then peel it open, right? Rise, and then fall again. Exhale, a little tuck, you might even get a little turn to the neck and eyes. Not too ferocious. Inhale, bright and open, and all the way up. Right, straighten the legs, fold the body, forward. Right, hamstrings, drinking in that breath that you're using intentionally, knees bend, hands plant. Push into the floor, hop back to your plank. This is gonna go true Chaturanga, and then cobra or up dog, right? And so rolling, roll shoulders forward, roll shoulders back. I'm taking them up towards my ears and then forward. That's kind of not the up dog we really want, but you get a nice sort of squeeze into your chest, right? And then roll them back and down. That's what you want, right? Wide open collarbones. And then exhale back to down dog. Yay! Okay, similar. Three-legged dog, right leg left. Right knee bend. Now we're gonna go for the open hip, right? So notice yourself peeling from that left front of thigh across the pelvis, across the waistline towards the right glutes, right into your tailbone on that right side. Okay, square it. Pick it up to that scorpion version of plank. So you're gonna have that foot kind of seeking to tap your back of your head, the crown of your head, and then bend the knee and tuck. All right, place the knee, bend the elbows, and then here's where we're gonna go into a twist. Now open that left hip, okay? Very gently place that left knee right up your left upper arm. Perfect. Now when you press into your hands, you're just hopping the right foot back so that it's straight. Okay? This is switching us. Left leg back, three-legged dog. Right, so we're kind of sneaking up on that version of that Kundalini that, right, is always so invitational and looks fun to be at. Open that hip, right? Ooh, my hip made a noise. That's space, right? It's the noise of making space. Sometimes it's like a purr. Sometimes it's like a knock on the door, right? All right, so you bend the knee and you slide forward to that scorpion, right? So it gets more kind of curvy looking if you include the neck, and the neck is part of the spine, right? So you get that little drop of the heart, lift of that left knee towards toes, towards back of head, and then tuck. Okay, we place, knee to floor, and shift up through the leg. And then we're gonna kind of push the floor away with the left knee. You're opening from that left abdominal muscles right across the sort of rectus abdominis, right up into those obliques. Your hip is open and your right knee can land on that tricep, that right upper arm. Okay, so we already got that weight transfer into the hands. We've got a nice sort of feel of openness in the chest. A little hop back of that left foot. Okay, and you press back to three-legged dog. You're very softly going to place that foot forward between your hands. Okay, turn your back heel down. So now I have warrior legs and a right arm lift. So here's a twist, right? So that's a nice little warrior lunge twist. Right your right hand forward in front of that right foot so you can step into your half moon. And then your half moon lands into a neat chair pose, right? So make adjustments for your furniture and your counters and your lighting, right? So here's a nice chair pose, Utkatasana, right? That's not bad. Go to a straight leg forward bow. Take a couple breaths here, so don't forget to use your breath wisely and really recognize when the space is there for you to explore and enjoy. So we don't all have to be on the same key, same cue, same note. All right, inhale to a flat back. So we're doing this one now. Feet are closer together. So I like to go tippy toes here to get closer towards that feeling of getting my abdominal muscles and my thighs really sort of hugged in, cannonballing towards each other. So you could slow this down, or you could go in sort of a medium space and or speed, and some people go into a high speed, but as long as you're intentional about it. We're jumping into Chaturanga from here. So nice little push to land. Follow the inhale to up dog. Your exhale back to down dog. Left leg lifts. Three-legged dog. Look forward. Shift your breath forward. There you go. And then turn that right heel over towards the left. Okay, you're turning, spinning, squeezing out the toxins, right? Letting go of the push-pull of February, maybe feeling the dregs of it, right? So this is your twist. Whew. Keep those earbuds in. Left arm is reaching forward, so my reach is kind of straight over that left thigh towards that space that my left foot is pointing. So when you shift into the left leg, it feels like you unravel that twist that you were just doing. Ooh. Right? Falling on some loose floorboards. And tuck in. You're gonna feel that there's kind of like you're doing this kind of undulating, or I'm reading Metamorphosis right now by Kafka. So you're becoming a new creature, hopefully not a beetle. You'll still make it to work though, right? For some reason that just seems like where it's leading, right? Take a forward bow, sorry for the digress. Getting back to the yoga, we're in a forward bow. Okay. Feeling that your breath is sort of really creating this channel that you're tuned into because it's familiar to you, and it feels like you're accessing your freedom, right? So you're free to flow and to move. Inhale to a flat back. Your exhale, knees bend, heels lift, hands plant, float, stop, jump, however you get through your vinyasa. Chaturanga if you wish. Up dog to down dog. Yay! All right, let's put a little bit of a combo action into that. I've been feeling really sort of cute with the side crow lately, and I thought that might be kind of a nice addition to what we've been doing with these Kundalini. So let's do right leg up, three-legged dog. Let's go open hip. Whee. Right, and now even when we're sort of feeling like we're opening up, separating sort of tight tissue, it doesn't mean we're leaving it, right? So in an important note to getting an adjustment cue is that there's always a stopping point. We can keep expanding, but we might be expanding inwards, so you don't always have to kind of peel out, outer rotate, because you can outer rotate your arm right off your body. Right, same thing with the hips, so you have to know our limits, right? Come back to that scorpion plank. Okay, we're gonna take this to a three-legged chaturanga first, and then straighten the arms and tuck the knee. Okay, right knee is gonna land. It's a touch. You're gonna tap down, right? So bend the elbows to lift the left heel, but you're gonna reverse that back. Left foot goes back to the floor, right knee lifts, and now pull your knee over to your left upper arm, then chaturanga the arms. Right, gotcha there. Three-legged dog, just to unravel that one. We're gonna take this three-legged dog, for time's sake, into a side plank with tree legs. Okay, so right foot's on the inner seam of that left leg, and left arm is reaching. Peace. Right hand touch, right foot step between the hands, left heel lands. Let's take this first to warrior two. Right, so you're sturdy, you're steady, feeling good vibes in warrior two. Right palm turns up to reverse warrior. And you inhale and you come up, you're gonna rotate like you're gonna go to warrior one, kind of like a wide open arms version of warrior one. And then you're gonna go back to the twist. Left hand down, right arm up, left shoulder, right? Back it up to line up with your ear, so it stays away from your chin, and arms up to the sky. Okay, right arm reach. Stepping half moon pose to Ardha Chakrasana. So you're gonna go left hand to left foot. Nice open heart. If you're like me, you've been missing doing that one because that's one of my favorites. Right, tuck the knee, bring it up with you. So you come to stand with the left knee lifting and the right leg brings you down. This one, we're gonna add a little turn of the chest, right? So you get a little seated chair pose with a twist, right arm up, right? So as the right arm then goes over the head, you straighten the legs and you get into a forward bow. Right, so we're getting real close to that grand finale. Inhale to the flat back. Right, and your exhale, knees bend, heels up, hands plant, push. Right, maybe the chaturanga has gotten a little quieter, and maybe my neighbors will stop giving me the stink eye. I doubt it. They have different social cues than I do. And that's okay, fine. All right, here we are in down dog. Left leg lifts, here, three-legged dog. Seems like every time I go to three-legged dog, on this side, with my left leg up, my earbud on my right side falls out. What's that mean? Open the hip. Yay. Okie dokie. Come forward. Pull the knee in. Tuck it towards your face. And then you're gonna tap it down and bend the elbows, right? This is a little lift, that right leg. And then you're gonna tap that foot down, lift that knee up, and then take it to your right upper elbow and maybe bend the elbows. Right, so you get a chaturanga with a little crossover. Woo, go back to three-legged dog, and this is where we're rotating right heel to right, left foot to inseam of right leg, and left arm is up to the sky, or I like to do a little bit more forward. Eyes lift chin, so you kind of get out of the flexor, synergy of the front body, and really celebrate this shape. Left hand to the floor, left foot steps forward. Yay! Right heel turns left, and you push off that left foot, right? So part of this rising, a lot of people sometimes use a lot of back muscles in order to pull them up into that space from down below to their upright position, right? They're vertical, but if you think of just weight shifting, right? Play with the energy, push the foot away, open up to warrior two, float back, goddess variation, reverse warrior. Remembering, right, some of these pauses, you might count 3 breaths in them, right? And that's kind of our divine number, right? Right hand to the floor, here's your twist. Still Pull that back heel is down so you're fully grounded with all of your feet. Look forward to step and unravel that into your Ardha Champasana. Right, with or out, without holding that foot. So you could do this with just a bent knee and an arm up to the sky, or a hand to hip. There's plenty of versions. Okay, so we kind of used that as a transition to standing with the right knee lifting, and you use that left leg to lower you down. Ooh. Stumble a little to sit to chair, and then take your twist. Right elbow outside of left knee. Right, feeling a general awareness of balanced hips in your seat, knees back, so they're not jamming into your toes. Left arm up to sweep forward, and then as it reaches, then you unravel that into your forward bow. So we're all good, right? And so we're right in time. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, knees bent, heels up. So I'm going to add this little bit to it just to kind of give you a little bit more of that push-pull action in the core, chest, and upper back, right? We're going to hop down, softly land, knees between wrists, so you'll land to your shins, and then you'll immediately pop back into your Chaturanga from there, right? So you just kind of give yourself a little extra step to explore and enjoy the shape of your strength. Up dog to down dog. Okie dokie. All right, I'm gonna look forward again and hop my feet to the hands. So you do the same, or step. Right? Inhale to a flat back once you're there, and you're gonna sit to chair. So the idea here, if you so choose to take this challenge, we are going into side crow, and I'm gonna see if we can bring on forearm to the floor, right? So when we get to our side crow, it's going to look like a funky pigeon, right? So you'll have one arm normal, or a funky crow, but you'll have the forearm to the floor. Does that make sense? Let's see it, right? So I'm turning to my left so that I can get this kind of action towards the front, and then I'll turn it around to see if we can do it. So you can watch, and then we can all do it together. All right, so I'm going chair pose first, seated twist with a heart opening. So my idea is to have my left hand down and my right forearm. Let's see if that works. Okay, so I'm gonna go tiptoes, left hand to the floor. Right hand's gonna reach out in front, so then as I start to go to Chaturanga on my left upper arm, my right forearm immediately leans to grab the mat. Right, so now I have a nice opportunity to squeeze my left hip up, and if you wanted, to lift the left leg up to the sky. Pull the knees in, tip back, push the floor away. It's not always a beautiful egress. And then lean forward bow and find ourselves there. All right, so I'm gonna talk through the other side, and we'll do all of it together, and then I'll repeat this side. That way we have our rights and lefts together, and you might get a little fashionable surprise in your brain about what you're capable of doing, because this one I don't teach it often, and I haven't been teaching often. And I don't think we see it a lot as sort of a typical yoga class may happen, especially in a half-hour power. All right, so we're gonna sit in chair pose. I'm gonna be twisting to my left, so maybe you are too, right? So we go chair pose, twisted chair, right elbow outside of left knee. And feel free, right? If this is like, oh, you know what? This is my jam, and it just feels like this is what I'm supposed to do today. Listen to that, right? Don't let fear get you away from trying something new if you feel like you might just have a little bit of this in you. Okay, now I'm going tiptoes. My right hand is coming to the floor. Here's first fingertips. Left hand gonna reach way out in front of me, right? Because it's half of this is the half crow stays on that right upper arm like a Chaturanga. Left hand has to jog out to get my elbow to the floor. I lean into my right hand, push into my right hand, lift through the butt. Right feet off the floor. And then right leg up to the sky. Right knee can come back, meet the left, push left hand to get the elbow up. That's the sort of the clunky exit. I think there's probably more graceful exits to go into, but that's a longer flow, right? You're in a forward bow. Inhale to a flat back, and exhale, fold. Honor that if that was your first side. Whew. Right? Realign. We'll do a vinyasa, and then we'll come back to the other side, okay? So plant the hands, drop the knees for a little camel moment here, right? So honoring, whoo! Hello, upper back, hands through the floor, Chaturanga, and then up dog, right? Down dog. When you're ready, hop your feet to your hands. Once you're there, inhale, flat back, and exhale, fold. Okie dokie. We're twisting to the right this time, okay? So I'm going to do mine this way. So if you need to see what the back slightly looks like, let's see. Do you need to see it? I don't know. Here, I'll do it this way. So you get a little bit more vision of that, right? So I'm starting from booty eye view. Sit to chair pose. Okay. And you're gonna turn your twist to the right. Left elbow outside of the right knee, right arm up. This is my more confident side too. After I've said that now, watch me fall on my face. Heels come up, left hand comes to the floor. It's coming straight down from your left elbow. Right hand jogging way out, right? See how I moved way out into the distance? Elbow comes down, so you're getting some big obliques here. And already your weight shift is kind of into this little platform you've created to hike up into those obliques, into that left glutes. Left leg goes up, up, up to the sky, right? You're practically kissing the floor. Okay? Knees in, feet down, elbow up, back to the middle. I won't balloon you at the moment. And take a forward bow, right? Shake the head out. We deserve a little bit of a stretch after all that good stuff. So I'm gonna have us step first, left foot back, low lunge, left knee down. Okay, a little half Hanuman split here. Couple long breaths, so sorry if I'm breathing heavily into your ears. This is kind of one of the pitfalls of being mic'd and, doing the work just like you. Okay, right knee bends. We just go into a little low Anjaneyasana. That feels nice. I'm gonna take my right hand towards my back, left thigh, and lift up, right? So there's a nice little turn, twist, back bend. And that feels nice. Okay. You can come back forward, and this is just a little hip opener. If you kind of miss those kind of cool down parts of the practice, right? Where we kind of get more floor exercises in, right? Maybe not my class, because they're usually very standy and very arm balancy. But creativity flows, so who knows what we'll see in the future. Right, so I have my foot flexed, so the toes are lifted, lifting, right? And my foot is constant to my ankle as it would be if I were standing just regularly. So, right, my knee in line with my heel, my ankle, and then it just kind of gives you this nice chance to open the hip, right? Not too forceful again. So left knee lifts, and this is just gonna be a step to change. Left foot forward, right foot goes back, right? Pad your knee if you need to, and then you're going half Hanuman, right? I keep a certain level of energy, not a cramping energy, and that's kind of one thing that we all kind of go through as yogis, right, from time to time, right, depending on what you're eating or what the barometric pressure is like, right? Maybe the cosmic waves, debris. We just might be feeling like sometimes the foot just wants to cramp. Right now, sometimes we need to roll it out with a sort of an ice bottle, frozen bottle of water, or a lacrosse ball. But giving a little attention to the foot will give your calf sort of that equal treatment that you're giving into your hamstring at this point. Okay, left knee bends. You're gonna come up. Right, first you get that psoas stretch, right? Extended hip. Yay. So, right, you can tell where I'm enjoying the fact that I chose this. This is the side that I'm like, yes, me. Right? Belly's still pulled in, so you don't want to round and soften your abdominal muscles into this, because that's just going to mean that you're dropping into your lumbar spine. If you pelt your belly in, you'll be more specific about that, stretching your psoas, and you won't be cramping your low back or any of those things, right? I know I make weird sounds and I speak differently when when something's going on, right? Turning over the left shoulder, my left hand is going towards my right thigh. Yay. And my right arm's going up. Okay. Right. And coming out of that is a pretty sweet deal, because you just really nurtured that right side of all the work of flexing that we did to get into that our little fallen angel little moment, right? So now it's the hip opener, left knee out to the left. You can see that sort of medial arch, that inner left foot, right? Just appreciating your ankle or your heel, or your homemade manicure, pedicure, all the things that you still notice when you're in yoga in regular days. It's just that now you're either doing a better job or you're even more negligent. Okay, left knee comes in, right? It's all will come together in due time, right? Left foot steps back, down dog. Let this down dog be your kind of savior, your landing point. Right, close your eyes here in this down dog and just notice, right, all the good things that are happening in this. This is no simple task. Down dog is quite a revolutionary shape to be in, right? It is such an influence on our body. It has such an opportunity to heal just by doing this simple pose, right? Trying not to let your hands and feet slide away from each other, right? So you're still noticing how you're drawing in. Right, up, right, you're getting a nice kind of joining from the front body and releasing from the back body. Not over pushing the heels, so you're making sure that everything is still staying intact. Yay. Inhale the plank pose. And we have 3 breaths here to our my levers of shoulders and core, and back and glutes, right? This is a pretty dynamic pose. Knees bend so that you can spin them around and come to sit. Right, you can sit on a block or you can sit cross-legged. It's whichever one it is to you. I want to finish with some side body, some lateral stuff, and seated gives us a lot more momentum into our creative space of understanding what your body needs, right? So seated up on the block, you will be a lot taller and it'll be harder to get your forearm to the floor if that's where you think you want to go. So being on your bottom, having your sort of booty flesh pulled out of the way gives you a little bit more sort of that grounding if that's what you're going for. I'm taking my left hand to my left. It's a little bit farther away and my right arm up. And then first it's just this, right? Just arching over to the left. Eyes are up for now. And then rotate your head on your neck to look down. Right? You're getting a nice stretch from that right upper trap. Inhale, turn the face up. Exhale, as you turn down a little bit, you might lower that left elbow down more. And as you do, widen through that right knee towards the floor. Right hip stays down. So try not to come up off the butt on this one. Okay? And then when you turn your face back up to the sky, you press to lift the elbow, and we switch sides. I'm going to turn just a little bit to get an idea of how far I'm reaching out to my side. So I'm getting pretty good distance without losing my left sit bone. Okay, left arm up. My right elbow is just bending a light. It's not on the floor. I'm looking up to the sky, up to my left hand. And then you look down towards your right forearm. No big deal. And you turn back up to look up towards the hand. You feel a little bit more of that opening. There's some space, left neck, left shoulder. Then when you look down, if you've got the room for it, bring the elbow to the floor. Right? And that's nice as your chin tucks towards your right shoulder. Right? Again, not going excessively away from yourself, just tapping into the inside flow. Right? Inhale, look up. Right elbow comes up. And here we are. hands to my shins, holding right in front, and I'm simply just going into a front flexion rounding, chin to chest. Shoulder blades are sliding off the back, belly's pulling in, tailbone's tucking under. All your abdominal wall is sort of gradually pressing back towards the space behind you. You take your next inhale, just lift the chest, get nice and tall. A little smile to the sky. Right, if your mood has been lifted, if your body feels elevated, light as well as strong, and maybe you're a little schwitzy and you'll enjoy your shower after this. Yay. Bring your hands together. Namaste to you, to all of us, to your practice, to what we're doing together. Stay connected. Peace to you. Have a great rest of whatever it is that is around you on this day. Right? Thanks for coming. Stay cute. Talk soon.